bore da blant. Can you believe it's 10 o'clock already? And 10 o'clock means a brand new story. Barod. Bore da, sit tighty, wedi blino, bore da. This book, I love this book. I know I say that about nearly all the books because I love reading. But this book is really clever. The old man in this book is really, really clever. And is one of our favourite authors, I should say, Julia Donaldson, and is illustrated by Axel Scheffler. It's called A Squash and a Squeeze. Now look, those two words start, look at that, they start with the same three sounds, don't they? Squ, squ, squash and a squeeze. Oh, look at this. Full of pigs and cows and goats and chickens. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. And a wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your hen, said the wise old man. Take in my hen? What a curious plan. Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped round the room, knocking over the jug. Do you think it's very good to have hens inside? I don't. Then the little old lady cried, what shall I do? It was pokey for one, it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle and there's no time to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your goat, said the wise old man. Take in my goat? What a curious plan. Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. Don't think it's a good idea having a goat inside either, do you? The little old lady cried, glory be, it was tiny for two and it's titchy for three. The hen pecks the goat and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your pig, said the wise old man. Take in my pig? What a curious plan. So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. Pigs eat lots of food. The little old lady cried, stop, I implore. It was titchy for three, now and it's teeny for four. Look, they've eaten everything. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your cow, said the wise old man. Take in my cow? What a curious plan. Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig. They jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. The little old lady cried, heavens alive, it was teeny for four and is weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out, I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take them all out, said the wise old man. But then I'll be back where I first began. So she opened the window and out flew the hen. That's better, at least I can sneeze again. She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. Just look at my house, it's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for five, it's gigantic for one. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-dee-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. Oh dear. Look at these. Are they looking very happy? They are quite sad now, aren't they? Because they're both out in the field. So did her house get any bigger? Did her house grow? Or did this man play a little bit of a trick on her? He made her realise just how big her house actually is, didn't he? by making her house seem smaller by putting more things in there. When she took them all out then, she realised just how much space she had. Can you remember the first animal that went in? Who was first? That's right, chicken went in first, didn't he? Who was second to arrive? It was goat. Who was third? That was Mr. Pig. And who was fourth and last to arrive? That was the cow. Oh, I do like that story. Shall we do our goodbye song? Barod, 1, 2, 3. Hwyl fawr ffrindiau, hwyl fawr ffrindiau, hwyl fawr ffrindiau, mae'n amser dweud hwyl fawr. Twralwra bantynni, 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 twralwra bantynni, mae'n amser dweud hwyl fawr. See you tomorrow.